referencing applications. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use a website known as avatarmaker.com to create a standard avatar that I can edit. And this is a website I found through a simple Google search, and I like it because it gives you the option to customize almost everything on the platform itself. And then when using the Microsoft tools, you can make it look almost exactly like you want. So I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge the fact that there are a gender options here that aren't as inclusive as they could be. There's no non-binary option, but keeping an open mind, you can do a lot of editing on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and select the option on the right. And now one of the first things to look for is how inclusive this can be. And so of course there are a lot of skin colors here, which is great, especially if you're a female that has ever had trouble looking for makeup. This is a lot more options than you might find in a standard store. However, even this might not be enough. And so what's really great about this feature is you can go in and you can change your skin to any color you choose. You can be as realistic or unrealistic as you please, which is important to consider when you're using an avatar, because avatars really represent how we want to be seen, and that of course allows for a lot more creativity. So from there I can go ahead and I can add some detail, like whether or not I want to smile, or if I want to make a different type of face. Maybe I'm feeling cool. I can change my eyes if I want to look a little more anime or anything like that. I have that choice. Or if I want to go with something that's maybe a little more realistic, of course, I can always even change the smaller details right down to the color again if I want. So from there, I can go into hair. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to leave it as a blank slate. There's an option to have balding or completely bald, no hair, if you simply select the X. And so depending on what style you like, that might be something you want to do. Again, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and select the black basic option here, which is just a simple straight curve. From there, you can choose your clothing, remembering this is just a profile photo, so there's not a lot of options as far as what you're wearing, but I do like the fact that it does not include brand names, so there's no marketing happening here. You're really just thinking about how you want to be seen in a profile photo. So if you're a student, you might want to be more casual, or you might want to be more formal, depending on what you are into. I'm finding that a lot of people like to wear a collar when they're in their classroom meetings, so I'm going to go ahead and select that option. And I find that students typically wear darker colors, and so I'm going to go ahead and pick a black. On top of that, I'm going to go ahead and give myself some detail here, so I'm just going to add a little bit of a spacey sort of vibe. And from here, I can select my first Microsoft feature, which is going to be down here, which is the Windows Ink Workspace icon. And I'm going to go ahead and select a full screen snip, just so that we can see the full feature here. So the first thing you're going to notice is it took a screenshot of the full screen, and if I want to, which I do, I'm going to go ahead and edit it down to a cropped size of just the profile picture. I'm going to give myself a little bit of extra room on the top, which we'll see why in a second. From there, I'm going to accept the crop, and the first thing I want to do is just show everyone how you can make or add ethnic hair options quite easily, which seems to be missing from a lot of the avatar generators that are free or out there currently. So again, I can just go in and I can give myself some more texture, or as the kids like to say, a better hairline, by going through here and just giving myself some handmade details which is actually kind of fun to be able to customize something exactly how you want it and not just how the generic website makes it. Other things you can do is you can also go in, of course, you can give yourself jewelry and things like that, but I'm going to leave it at this. So we're going to save this photo. The photo I'm going to save is actually going to be the method I use with students, which is to go to your desktop and save in a file or a folder specifically for images. And then when you are naming your files, remember that it's going to be something that you're either going to be using often or not very often. So if you want to get to it quickly, you can put something like a 0 in front because that's going to show up first, or a 1. So now we know we've got 0, 1, 1, 1, 1 shared screenshot in the graphics. And we're going to go ahead and save that there. And now comes the fun part. I can actually go into Teams and I can customize or change my profile picture. So I've done this a few times now and I'm a new person every time. This one I gave myself birthmarks, if you can see there, which is a nice way to customize your photo. Let's go ahead and we're gonna upload the newest photo, which was the blue. My blue baby. There she is. And we're gonna just go ahead and save that. So now what we're going to notice is my profile picture has changed, and down here it will update hopefully soon. In other news, since I've refused to record this again, you can make a little more fun out of this activity by asking students to explain how the avatar represents their identity. So to do this, you simply create an Office 365 Live PowerPoint, which is fun because each student can have their own PowerPoint. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new slide. I'm going to title the first slide just that it's class avatars, because we want everyone to know what they're looking at when they get into this file. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the student to type their name. And then I'm going to say to add the avatar photo below. And then I'm going to ask students to explain why the photo represents the identity. Gosh, you guys, as I'm typing this, I'm realizing how tired I am, and I'm like, it's 11:03 p.m. and my entire screen is being shared. So I don't know if this is insanity or dedication, but now that I have my template here, the best way to do this, I find, is to just go ahead and duplicate it right away. And you want to have enough that each student can pick a slide that hasn't been used to add their own, but you can always add as you go, depending on how many students or how many classes you want to use the same slide. So for the demonstration, I'm going to put my name here, which is Barlow. And then I'm going to add my photo here. Adding my photo should be pretty simple by selecting it off of my computer. And there's my blue lady. So I've added my photo below, and then for explaining why it represents my identity, here, this is where students can get creative, or you can ask students to get more specific. So it's up to you. If you want it to be more of an SEL project, or if you want to get more into identity as far as health is concerned, of course, you can be more intentional with your questions. I like to have this as an opener, just kind of a fun, half day, if that, activity. And so an answer like, I'm far out would be fine, just to make it fun. And from there, you can be completed.